Namaste, Namaskar, good morning and good evening, my dear friends. A warm welcome to one and all of you, and I extend my greetings. And I strongly believe that you're all doing well. But even if you're not doing well, you shouldn't be worried too much about it. Why? Because that itself could be a backsliding factor, and you will not be able to overcome. You will not be able to excel. You will not be able to do well. Yeah, the days you are very much worried about certain things, the days you are really not having that mindset to work, your productivity will go down, and over a period of time the company will not need you, though your employer may not need your service anymore. It will impact your family life, it will impact your personal aspect, and it will spoil your character and so many things. All of you can understand this, right? And the very reason for these kind of sessions is because we want to basically encourage people and motivate them. More than motivating, we want to tell you one thing, that it's not at all tough to overcome. It's all about strategizing, being tactical and strategizing, and then you're able to overcome. And that's why we are discussing through different aspects of life, and we are trying our best to help our fellow brothers and sisters or fellow friends. And yeah, we are trying to do our best. Okay, so today, yet another day, yet another topic, yet another session, and yeah, I'm very privileged and honored to be part of these sessions. Today, we are going to talk about a very simple topic, but it's very important. How could I do more apart from my regular work or regular lifestyle or life cycle? Can I entitle it in a little more different manner? How could I do more apart from work? That's all. The title is all about that. Now, what comes on top of your mind? If I were to ask this question to um, homemaker, today we call them ladies as homemaker. The olden days we used to call housewives, right? And now also many people are asking housewives. Well, if I were to ask this question to a housewife, what she would be answering, right? It's just an imagination, no offenses please. She would say that, I get up in the morning around 4:30, and really they get up. Okay, it's very very tough to be a homemaker. Many working men, really you need to understand, going to office and working and getting promotions is easier, but working at home with no pay, no promotion, nothing, is very very tough and disappointing and demotivating. Therefore, a big salute to all the housewives. Will all men join with me? Let us all give a big salute to all the housewives. You are doing wonderful. You are wonderful. You are doing great. All right. And that's the beauty of humility. You want to know the definition of humility? Become a housewife. House husbands is a concept which is already in US. Only in India it has not picked. Why? Because there is a big of a ego clash. In Western culture and European culture, it is still okay, but it's picking in India. There are few people who have sacrificed their career because their wives are doing well. Their wife is a CEO or CIO or some top-notch company. They are getting well paid. They exchange their roles. Let me be a house husband and take care of the kids and kitchen and everything. You earn well, that's enough. That doesn't mean that the guy is sitting idle. In fact, he is super busy than the lady working at office. Now only the role has changed. Am I deviating from my original point? Yes, I am. Sorry, I'll come back again. Now, what is the point? If I were to ask this question, what can you do more apart from work? I think I have answered this question. The lady will throw me out of her home. Get lost, you mad fella. I get up early in the morning around 4:30. I have to really prepare the breakfast, then ensure that my kids are woken up, and ensure that these days it's a trend now. Normally we go for two kids. Some people are going for three kids. Very few are sticking to one kid. There is nothing right or wrong in this. Coming back to the original point again, let me not deviate. We'll talk about this in a different session. Is it really not good to have more than one kids? So let us talk about that also. Let us understand what other people are trying to say, and we will do a research. Okay, and I have to wake them up. I have to give them bath. The Maharaja will be sleeping. Who? House husband will be sleeping. Why? Because he has to go to work. Right? Some husbands are really compassionate. They help their wives in taking care of the kids and giving them bath and making them wear uniform and ensuring that the homework and every book they have taken, all these things they are doing. I'm not saying all are bad. Then I have to really pack all these things and prepare lunch. Yeah, I missed that. Prepare lunch, and I have to pack everything, and then drop them at the school, sorry, bus stop, and ensure the bus comes and picks the kid, and Then I have to come and go for walking. Because why? Because of the stress, my diabetes have really, sparked up, and I have to take care of my health also. Then I come back, then I have to really clean all the vessels, kind of. The maid concept is there, but getting maid is also very very tough these days. Our maids don't stick to one house, right? They keep jumping between houses. So all these things she is taking care, and by noon the younger kid will come because they have only half a day school. Then again we would have to change the dress and all that, and make him sleep or get some rest or snacks or this and that. By then the elder fellow also will come, and then this is how their life is running. And evening, Maharaja will return back from work, husbands, correct, no? And he will say, hey, I'm having a headache, and press my head, and those are all olden days, but these days I don't think they are behaving like that. A coffee and serving him and taking care of him. Maybe he's really not well, maybe he's having a headache and all that. She is very compassionate. You try running like this for 1 week, you will clearly understand the difficulty of being a housewife. Am I talking about housewife in this session? I'm telling they can't do anything more apart from work. That's my answer to all the housewives, right? Because you will not get time, you're already stressed. Or what you should do is you should hire a maid, full time maid, keep them in your home, offload all the work. If you want to contribute somewhere, for example, you're good at fashion designing or tailoring or helping you're a very educated person. See, no, housewives means they should not be looked at as illiterates. They are literates, most of them are educated, all of them are educated, I think, these days, or most of them. You could help your husband in his profession. Probably you're tightly coupled with the same level of education and all that, right? You want to do more, that means you have to offload that work to some other maid, and then therefore you could contribute. You need to find ways. You need to, as a couple, you got to sit and discuss and strategize and tactically, handle that problem. That's all we are trying to say, right? Now if I were to ask the same question to a husband, he will have plenty of reasons. You know what is to work at office, you know what is politics. You come and work at office, you will know what it is. At home you will have no politics. Why? Because whatever you are saying, I'm agreeing. No, that's why you are not understanding what your husband is going through at workplace. Yeah, all this, plenty of reasons he will give. Probably after a period of time he will understand, okay, whatever I told was not right, fine, I'll try to do something out of my apart from my work. Now another, you go and ask another category of people, that is students. Definitely they have their own reasons. You know what it is to study academic system. Look at the heaviness of my bag, it is 25 kg, man. I have to carry it every day. You know how many books are in the 25 kg? I have no time, I will not do this, I will not do that. They have their reasons. Like that, you go and talk to a young professional or an elder professional or whatever. They have their own reasons. You know what it is to do certifications. We have to, education is not over when we have exited college, and after that only the real education starts. Why? Because we have to continuously keep upgrading and updating and certifications, and so much of pressure. Where is the time? Okay, I have not answered a very important point. What do you want to do apart from work? First of all, you need to answer that question. Only then the second question comes, how can you do it, or how can you make it happen apart from your work? Correct? What could you do apart from work? This is exactly my point, actually. Why we are not able to do apart from work has been already answered, that you only can make time. Manufacturing time is an art, it's a skill, and it's an attitude, it's a character, right? It comes from your heart and mind. Therefore you are the judge. I won't be able to help you there, because you only have to manufacture that time. If you think you cannot manufacture, you will not manufacture, simple. But what you want to do, or what you could do apart from work, there are many many things which you and I have to do apart from work, apart from a regular schedule, to keep us more healthy, to keep us more peaceful, to keep us more cheerful, to keep us more joyful. You understand what I'm saying? What are those? Good example, regular exercises, 40 minutes of brisk walk, and yoga for 20-30 minutes. Or maybe you can topple it, 20 minutes brisk walk and 40 minutes of yoga. 1 hour you have to dedicate your time for yourself and to taking care of your body. You need to be healthy, right, to work and all that. Secondly, breathing exercises. There are a lot of breathing exercises needed these days. Why? Because pollution level has have spiked up, and there are a lot of asthma cases. There are a lot of allergic bronchitis, allergic rhinitis, and all these cases are building up. Therefore, your lungs and your nostrils and everything will have to be really kept healthy. This is also part of your health, correct? um, these two things are health aspects. Thirdly, you could definitely do something for your society. Why? Because there are a lot of people who are deprived, downtrodden, poor, orphans, poverty stricken. Unfortunately, they are in that category, and you are very fortunate, you are earning very well and all that. Don't keep everything to yourself. Give that little to someone. Start with little and you will enjoy. I will tell you what, you start with little, you will start giving more. I'm not saying you should empty your bank balance and give everything and make your wife and children beg on the streets, not like that. But then that giving, no, it will make you a person who is very very cheerful and joyful, and you will have that satisfaction. You will find the very reason, the meaning to earn salary is not just to keep yourself happy, keep your family happy, which is part of your responsibility. You're responsible because that's why you got married, you begot kid, that's why you're responsible to take care of them. But when you move outside that boundary for which you are not responsible, it's almost like a sacrifice. It's almost like a cheerful giver, to could be also equated to a person who is sacrificial in nature. When you sacrifice something what you're not going to get back in returns, that gives you joy, that instills that peace, right? Many people are very much carried away, job satisfaction, job satisfaction. You will never find that. Have you ever done what you liked in your life? Very few people, one in millions. Probably they were fortunate enough to do what they want to do. Apart from that, 95% or more than that will fall in a category where you are ending up doing things what you don't want to do. Why? You need salary, man. You need money to run your life, to run your family. And that doesn't give you satisfaction, that doesn't give you joy, that doesn't give you peace. But what can give you that peace is that little contribution. These days people are really coming in splendid measures and helping, right? The world is changing, although pressure is building, but people are really coming out, and they are really helping, right? This is the second aspect. One last thing I want to tell you: meditation. Whichever religion you belong, in fact you don't even have a religion, you don't I have no god, I'm an atheist, no problem. Find your method to meditate. Meditate means what you know, what you believe the most, the doctrine that you believe. No, there is no wrong doctrine or right doctrine. Every religion is talking about be a good person, love one another, be a good cheerful giver, and don't have enmity, and don't take revenge. These are all some good norms that is being taught in any religion. So whichever religion you may belong, whichever doctrine you believe, you have to meditate on the doctrine. Means what you know, you got to be the doer. You just cannot be the hearer. Now, only hearing and taking in this year and leaving it in this year, no, that doesn't make any difference. You got to change your lifestyle, you got to change your character, you got to change your thought process, you got to change the words of your mouth, you got to change your behavioral pattern in accordance, in alignment to that doctrine which you believe. I do not know what is your doctrine, right? You may be a Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, Jainism, or any doctrine. You may believe in anything. No problem about that. But then your doctrine, you got to be a follower. You got to be a doer of the doctrine. What happens is, the world will become an awesome world. Today why there is so much of politics and hatred and bitterness and people stabbing on each other, and I need to grow faster than this guy. Why there is so much of that commotion and that pressure? Because we are not the doers of the doctrine that we believe. Simple. Analyze yourself, you introspect, you will understand, right? Only that can build a very healthy environment, a very healthy society, where we will start to love one another, where we will start to respect one another, where we will start to really help one another, right? And handhold one another, shoulder one another. This is completely missing. The reason is, meditation is being looked as like you go to certain places where you spend time in devotion. It could be a church or a mosque or a temple or anywhere you go. It has been converted that way. The meditation is converted. I'm not saying it is wrong, right? That is also a method of worshipping and honoring your doctrine, honoring your God. Continue to go, no problem with that. But then that meditation should be converted or transformed to your lifestyle. What your God, what your goddess, what your doctrine is expecting of you is something that you got to bring into action. Only then the society is going to change. Or we can keep debating in Facebook and slapping each other in the Facebook, right? People slap like anything in the Facebook. We can keep debating, we keep gossiping. The world won't change. Our India, our country, Mother India won't change, right? Because who is supposed to bring the changes? Mother India cannot bring the change. Mother India brought the change. She got independence. Yeah, the father of Indian nation, Mahatma Gandhiji, and all the followers who fought for India, they already got the change. But who is supposed to take it to the next level? Citizens like you and me. Therefore, you and I got to be a strong follower of the doctrines that you believe. And all the doctrines are good doctrines only. They are only talking about good things. Any doctrine you take, it will talk about good thing only. You be a follower. Only then the society will change. How could I do this apart from work is what we are justifying, right? Meditation means, not simply reading or just going to some place and spending 5 minutes and or worshiping God for 2 minutes and all that. It's needed. It's needed. It's necessary for your soul satisfaction, but that doesn't bring any change. What difference it makes, right? You got to put efforts, and that is what, and for which you need to manufacture extra time. You need to put in that efforts. No efforts is coming for free in your regular schedule. Very tough to find some place for this efforts, to park this efforts. So manufacture the time. Be a very smart guy. Be a very smart thinker. And that is the fourth norm, right? Instead of a hard worker, be a smart worker. Automate things, right? Don't manually keep doing things and all that. Try to automate. Even now also people like washing clothes like this in a stone and all that. Go for a washing machine, save some time and invest that time somewhere. People like to sit and wash vessels, buy a dishwasher. Go for an EMI, right? And buy a dishwasher. A lot of dishwashers have come now, very cheap price, right? And all these things you could automate, and you don't have to manually sit and do things. This is how you manufacture time, being very smart. Correct? God bless you. Take good care of yourself. Live in hope, live in confidence, live long, live healthy. All right? Let us all build a good society together, and let us all work hard towards that direction. God bless you. Take care.